I'm Lucy Sheridan, the comparison coach, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I've got some fresh thinking for you that I want to share with you today, and this is a video about a topic which is really close to my heart, and if you're a human being on planet Earth, I hope probably close to yours too, and something that you will get some benefit from, but when it comes to this topic, not feel so alone as you navigate it as well and your own path. So today's video is all about what to do when friendships fade. Yeah, I know it can be already feeling quite emotional when we even hear those words, what to do when friendships fade, because unfortunately it's kind of inevitable. Something that's really helped me when move through this, when I've kind of felt upset or neglected or rejected, actually when friendships have kind of moved on from a place they used to be, is there's this quote by an amazing lady, one of my teachers called Iyanla Van Zandt, and she says, people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Let me just loop back on that one because it's really important. People come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Now, it might be that you're looking at your social circle now and it's full, vibrant, dynamic. You know, you can't move for these really beautiful connections. It might be that you're looking at your social circle now and it kind of feels a little bit like crickets and tumbleweeds, like where did everyone go? Or maybe, you know, you've got a best pal that hasn't really been on the radar for a while and you don't know, why they're not returning your calls, etc. You're just noticing there's change there. What's really important when we realise that friendships are changing is to make sure we are practicing heaps of self-love and self-kindness and self-focus too, because comparison can sometimes rear its ugly head and make us compare our relationships to what they used to be in the past, even though we're different people now, or compare our friendships and our relationships to other people's that are going on. There's nothing worse than, for example, kind of sitting in on Saturday night and you are seeing loads of people kind of like dollied up and out in the town, and there you are about to hit, a third slice of pizza in your pajamas watching TV and feeling like, you're not necessarily the life and soul of the party. When friendships fade and when they move on, it can really be challenging. So the first thing I want to share with you is around kind of being really, really kind to yourself when that happens, because and although it sounds like a horrible platitude, it is a natural part of life. There's this analogy I heard of once, which is friendships are like a diamond. They often start off really, really close, then they'll move away, and in the distance will come in, whether it's emotionally, geographically, or both of those, and then they will eventually come back together. So what's important to do is look at your friendship, not like it's over, but that maybe you're at the distance part, maybe you're at the diamond corners at this time, and that something's just come between you guys, and it's important for you to both work through that and what's going on in your own life in your own time. The second thing is to stay open to what the result might be for you. It doesn't have to be over, it doesn't have to be about a breakup, it just might be an on pause thing. And when we realise that as well, it can release a lot of stress on us, because we don't have to go chasing people and kind of trying to get their attention, because we realise we're just at a different stage in the friendship itself. That's very much often the case. Often, for example, I've had people text me saying, I haven't heard from you in a while, is everything okay? Recently had a client that said she hadn't replied to a text, so then her friend had started texting her husband to get in touch with her, and it was just getting a really, really full on, and they just weren't able to see that that person needs space. It might just be that your friend needs space. Now that space might last a few years. We have to kind of be open to that, because, and here's a bit of a stickler, as much as when we see that and we experience a friendship fading, it feel like we've almost been ghosted or left behind, we often and will participate in doing the same to others as well. So as much as you might be sitting there wondering, or wonder when Katie or Maya are going to come back to me and we're going to go on that holiday, or we're going to get back to what things were like, there'll be someone else sitting somewhere else thinking, oh, I wonder when Lucy's going to reply to me, I wonder where things kind of went wrong for us, I wonder why they got so quiet. So we all participate in these moving sands of friendships, which is why we have to be doubly compassionate to ourselves and others as we go through them. That's not to say if you are feeling let down, you should stay silent, just accept it. There are times when friendship fades, when that something has happened and it's not acceptable for you, and you do need to express that in a kind, clean way. So ranting and raving or sending loads of bitchy WhatsApp messages is not gonna work on this one. But if you are noticing that a friendship's fading, what can sometimes bring you guys back from the brink, and that maybe separation, is if you both sit down and just talk about how you feel, how you are feeling, not about judgment and finger pointing about the other person. We can only have our own experience in this life, and it's really easy to slip into the lane of someone else along with our buddy judgment about, like, you know, you weren't there for me, you weren't a good friend for me. But saying that if a friend hasn't delivered or been there the way that you want them to be, then make sure you communicate to them to them. I had a recent experience of this only a couple of months ago. I went to meet a friend in London that I hadn't seen in absolute ages, and after a couple of drinks she did say, you know what, Lucy, like, I've got to say I was a bit bummed that you haven't really been here for me with everything that's been going on. And I listened and I was quiet, and then when she'd finished speaking I said, yeah, you know what, we've both been quiet and absent from each other's lives, and I really hope we can go from today and move forward, and I accept my part in it. And you could see that she was really grateful to be heard, because I did hear her, but I didn't want to get into a blame game, because I knew that I was just as responsible as she was. So it didn't have to be a conflict or anything that turned into a dramatic moment. We were two grown-ups having a grown-up conversation to get a grown-up outcome, and it felt really good for both of us. Of course I was uncomfortable and upset that she'd felt upset with me, but I was more focused on moving through that moment to somewhere better for ourselves and for our friendship to get to. And I'm so glad we even have that relationship where she can take me out for a drink and be really honest with me rather than saying it behind my back. And even if she did blow up for steam and say it behind my back, I still forgive her, because hey, none of us are perfect. So there are options when friendships look like they're fading. We can be kind to ourselves and decide that we want to take a bit of space too. We can look at the friendship and think, is this person or relationship here for me for a reason, a season or a lifetime? We can recognise our part, that sometimes we're the one ghosting and we're the one not being the best friend to others as well, if we're experiencing that mirror back to us too. But we can also take the road which is, hey, can we go for a drink, or can we go for a coffee, or can we have a Skype chat? I just want to share some things with you that are on my heart, and speak from there. Notice the difference for saying speak some things that are on your heart rather than I want to get this off my chest, because that is you will find the fight that you are looking for if you go down that path. Now, I know that this topic is one which is emotive and we'll all have different views on, and if that's the case, I'd like you to meet me in the comments. Let's talk about this. Let's see, you know, what's happened in your experience that you found has helped you make peace with a friendship fading, or helped you reignite a friendship or a relationship that's been important for you. Thanks so much for watching today. Please subscribe to my channel. I absolutely love sharing my comparison-free guidance with you guys. Please like this video and meet me in the comments, and let's continue the conversation. I'll see you next time.